Hey, before I begin this video, there's two people that I want to give a quick shout out to because I want you guys. And the first person I'm giving a shout out to is Eli Guy. And the reason why is because he made this original video format and he only has 86 subs. Yeah, at least that's more than me, but you know. And he makes some really cool gaming content. And he created the original video format because today we're reviewing every Mario game, and he created the original video format. So please go subscribe to him. He makes some cool content. I've been following him a lot this year. So yeah, go subscribe to him. And the second person I want to give a shout out to is Gamer27. He also did this video format as well back in September. So I thought it would be fun to do the same, of course, since and again, as of course, this video's name is inspired. So please go subscribe to Eli Guy. Subscribe to Gamer27. Their channel links will be in the description. So yeah, go sub to them. But without further ado, let's just begin on with the video. Alright, so just to start off this video, and sorry it's taking forever to load, but we're going to start off, of course, with the classic from the 80s. Yep. The game that saved the gaming industry and kept it going after that awful E.T. game that was so bad that was found in a giant landfill. But all that aside, though, Super Mario Bros. Was, of course, a very revolutionary game. It's hard to come back to now with so many better Mario games out there. But it's still an amazing game, and of course, you're living under a rock if you haven't played this. Besides, this game basically like on everything. You may have an original NES cartridge, whether it's a standalone version, or the version that's bundled with Duck Hunt, or if you have Super Mario All-Stars on the SNES, or the Wii release, it's on there. If you got Nintendo Switch, if you have a Switch and you have Switch Online, you can then you have it on there twice. And you can find this game released on the Wii Virtual Console. You can play it inside of the original Animal Crossing on the GameCube. You can play it on the Wii U Virtual Console, on the 3DS Virtual Console. Yeah, it's based it's been released on the Game Boy Advance, Super Mario Bros. Deluxe on the Game Boy Color. Yeah, this game's on everything. And of course, this game is still a joy to play so many years later. Years on later. And although, yes, it is pretty hard, but the game is still a joy, and if you haven't played it yet, where have you been? Yeah, and so I was saying that this game can be hard sometimes earlier, but when I say hard, you ain't seen nothing yet. But where would I score this game? Well, let's see. So I'm giving Super Mario Bros. An 8 out of 10. I love the original Super Mario Bros. And I've played through it a lot, even the void beats in it like once or twice. If you haven't played the game, where have you been? And I would want to give it a 9 out of 10 or higher, but because there's so many other better Mario games out there, I just keep it an 8 out of 10. I don't want to bring it down or bring it too much higher, but this game was excellent. But this next one, what can I say about it? So next up, we've got the Lost Mario game. Yep, the one that Nintendo refused to release. And I'm not talking about Galaxy 2. We'll get to that one at a later time. But anyway, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. Yes, it was called Lost because it's set in Japan. Yeah. Or I guess Super Mario Bros. 2, where if you're in Japan, because yeah, if you guys didn't know, this game was a Japanese-only game until Super Mario All-Stars released, because they thought it was too hard for U.S. gamers, and that's everyone's problem with this, and that's everyone's problem with this game. And overall, I'm not really a big fan of this game. I mean, a lot of times I'll act like I hated the game, but truly, I'm pretty meh on it. I mean, it was good for being more of Super Mario Bros., but it was just so lacking compared to its predecessor, because wow, what they did with the two-player mode? You know what the developers did? they were like, hey, how about no two-player mode at all? And you know what else they did? They added a new mushroom that kills you. Really? And a lot of times, in levels, when you go to warp, they'll take you back to another level. What? And a lot of the game are stupidly precise jumps and secret areas to go to. And in order to get to a special world, they get after you beat the game 8 times. You beat it 8 times, yes. And the game was just stupidly hard. Why? Really? And at least you get to play as Luigi now in single player, but why they have to get rid of the 2-player mode? So yeah, I'm not really a big fan of this game. I'm pretty meh about it, but let's just go give it a score. So with all this said, I'm giving this game a 6 out of 10. I like it for being more of the original Super Mario Bros., but the game was too unnecessarily hard, and it just didn't feel too much like its predecessor, because it was just, since both just Kaizo Mario Bros. I mean, the original was hard enough, but they have to make this one harder. The difficulty is like 100 times higher. I mean, after all, that's why Nintendo didn't release this game outside Japan originally. And yeah. And the game called Super Mario Bros. 2 that we got instead, well, I'll about to talk about that in a minute. And I still like how they got rid of the 2-player mode, the poison mushroom, the fact that the warp zone levels now send you backwards a lot. In fact, when we get to special words, beat the game 8 times. Yeah, that's just too much and not very exciting. So yeah, 6 out of 10. But probably for being more of Super Mario Bros. But let's get in. And this game is the real Super Mario Bros. 2. The Super Mario Bros. 2 we got here, I'll explain that in just a minute. So next up, we're on to the other Super Mario Bros. 2. Yes. And why this game's called Super Mario Bros. 2? Well, because they didn't localize Super Mario Bros. 2, yeah. The lost levels wasn't localized until Super Mario All-Stars, because they thought it was too hard, so they instead decided to take this game called Doki Doki Panic and reskin it with Mario characters, and this is the first time, too, that we saw the Sniffits, the Shy Guys. And you weren't even using power-ups anymore, you instead throwing things at your enemies. And introduced Birdo. Introduced this weird green frog guy named Wart, who also got a more canon appearance in The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. But yeah, and when I say canon, this game is actually non-canonical because this is actually Mario's dream. Because this game not considered canon. That's why it's so different, because it's actually Mario's dream. But anyway, on that side though, Super Mario Bros. 2 is actually an amazing game. Although it's too different from its predecessor, and although I'm personally not whoops. Well, I personally don't like it as much as the first Super Mario. As the original Super Mario Bros. This game is still a blast to play. I really like how I can play as 4 characters. And I really like the bosses, the levels, and a lot of it is just really satisfying and pretty unique. But let's give this game a score right now. From a 0 to a 10 out of 10. Where should I put it? Find out. So all this said, I also am giving the game an 8 out of 10, just like I did the original Super Mario Bros. Well, I do prefer the original Super Mario Bros. Super Mario 2 is still an excellent game. But like I said, it's hard to come back to with other Mario games out there, but since it's truly unique from them, we haven't got Doki Doki Panic 2 at all. As this game is still really good. And I even recently beat it for the first time when Super Mario All-Stars got re-released on the Switch. With Switch Online. And just like with the first Super Mario Bros. And the Lost Levels, they can play the game on basically everything. Just like the next one. But next up, we got the final Mario game on the NES. Well, at least the main series. So the last mainline Mario game on the NES. Let's go. So next up, we've got probably the most popular outside of the original, or maybe the most popular. Out of the original NES quadrilogy of 2D Mario. Yeah. And Super Mario Bros. 3 is an excellent game. And this game was a massive hit at the day. And of course, I wasn't born yet, but at the time. But before I've heard, kids at school will be constantly talking about this game, saying they want it for Christmas. And in fact, this game was so big that a year before it came out, The Wizard was created. A movie called The Wizard, which it was actually really terrible, but it was created to be an ad for this game. And of course, this game is amazing. And I love Mario 3 a ton. Well, it's not my favorite Mario 2D Mario or Mario game. I still like it a lot, and it's definitely really fun. And it brought back the 2-player mode. Yay! And this game created many Mario staples. Introduced some nice power-up. Introduced the iconic Tanuki suit, the iconic Koopalings. It introduced the many new things, and and this game is just really, really good. It's just really amazing. And I really like its impact that it had on the series and everything great it did. And the level design is phenomenal. The way it's all the later games. And yeah. I'm just find more about level design as well. But yeah. This game's amazing, and just like the previous NES Mario game, this game's been re-released on like everything, so you have basically no excuse not to play this game. So let's go put my review score on it. So all this said, I'm giving Super Mario Bros. 3 an 8.5 out of 10. I wouldn't want to give it a 9 out of 10. There's other 2D Mario games that I prefer, and Mario games as a whole, and for the later games, even though the next two are probably my least favorite Mario games outside. Well, not Super Mario World. But before I go to, between, before I talk about Super Mario World, the next one is probably my least favorite Mario game outside of Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, at least for the main series. There's some even worse Mario spin-offs. Look at you, Hotel Mario. And after Super Mario World, we're talking about Super Mario Bros. 2. Not Super Mario Bros. 2, but Super Mario Land for the Game Boy is gonna be next. Then Super Mario World. Then Super Mario Land 2, and they'll go on to the 3D era. But anyway, this game's an 8.5 out of 10. The level design's phenomenal. The bosses are good. The Koopalings add a big staple to the series. I love the world map. But let's get on to probably my least favorite Mario game outside the Lost Levels. So next up, we've got probably the most forgotten Mario game ever, yes. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden... actually, no, not Super Mario Land 2. That would be... I'll be right back, hold on. Yeah, this is probably the most forgotten Mario game ever, alongside its sequel. But of course, as we look at the graphics and the level design, you can tell this game is just really downgraded and stuff. I mean, this game isn't bad at all, but it was actually a pretty good revolutionary game. However, it's extremely hard to go back to, and it's probably the Mario game with the least amount of replayability. So yeah, I don't know what to think of it, and it's just quite forgotten, and it just felt so lacking compared to the NES Mario games. But it's Game Boy. What would you expect? Of course, there's gonna be limitations. I don't get me wrong. It is a really good game on the Game Boy, and it made the Game Boy super popular outside of Pokemon and Tetris. But yeah, this game it's decent. I can say that. So let's go give it a review score. So yeah, this game gets a 7 out of 10. It's I don't know what to think about it. I mean, I'm not a very, very big fan of it, honestly. Just super lacking, quite. But yeah. But the next game you'll be seeing is gonna be the next game we're seeing is a Mario masterpiece of a game. So let's get to that. Off the list, we got my favorite 2D Mario game and my favorite 2D platformer of all time. I adore Super Mario World. This game this game was a very big staple to the Mario series. I mean, after all, it was the first. It wasn't Yoshi's first game. It was the first time Yoshi and Mario appeared together. Reason why the SNES is what it is. It introduced so many, and the music is just amazing. I love the level design. I love its characters. The Koolings were brought back better and better. The Bowser fight's really good. I love the Cape Feather as a power-up. And the ghost houses are really cool. The level design, everything about this game. And like I said, this is my favorite 2D Mario game and my favorite 2D platform of all time. And although I chose Sonic the Hedgehog 2 over this game, that's in my top 10 best video games of all time. I did a few weeks ago. That's because I only wanted one game per franchise with one exception, because I put 2 Zelda games on the list. Even though I don't want to spoil it too much. But anyway, though. But if you haven't seen this video yet, go watch it. But Super Mario World is just a really phenomenal game. Just like the 4 NES Mario games, this game is basically on everything. Whether it's an SNES cartridge, whether it's the Game Boy Advance port, whether you're playing it on a Wii Virtual Console, if you still have it on there, because of course the Wii Shop channel shut down. And you can buy it still off the new 3DS eShop, on the Wii U eShop, or if you have a Switch, well, play it on there with Switch Online. Yes. And this game had way more of an impact on the series than basically any Mario game out there, outside of some of the 3D ones I'll get to soon, after Super Mario Land 2. But anyway, this game is just amazing. And I score this game? Find out. So yes, we finally have a 10 out of 10 2D Mario on here. After 2 8 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10, I can safely say this game's a 10 out of 10 game. It's perfect. That's what I can say about it. Oh, sorry for the background noises, but anyway, this game is just phenomenal. This game really revolutionized how 2D games with 16-bit graphics could be, outside of Sonic the Hedgehog. But yes, this game is just super unique, had a major impact on the Mario series, and yes, it was just really amazing, and I'm just so glad I played it. And I played through it several times too. You can find this game basically on everything, like I said before. But let's get into yet another game out there. And next up, we got the last 2D Mario game to talk about until Super Mario Bros. Until we get to that. But the last game we're going to be talking about today is Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. So let's get into it. Well, or actually, that won't be our last one. Super Mario 64 will be, so, yeah. Actually, never mind. Super Mario Land 2 will be the last game we'll be talking about. So next up, we got yet another very forgotten black and white Mario game on the Game Boy. Yep. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. And this game is actually pretty good. I mean, the original Super Mario Land was good. It was decent, I guess. But there's more reason to go back to this game than that. And this game is definitely a superior one. You even go on Mario's own private island. How cool is that? This game introduced this, and this was the first game that had Wario in it. Yup. And this game, it's good. I mean, it's not a great game, but it is a pretty good game. There's so many better games in the series, definitely. So yeah, but let's look at my review score for it. So with all that said, I'm giving Super Mario Land 2 6 golden coins. The last game we'll be talking about today, 7.5 out of 10. The game is very good, but but it's pretty forgotten by just so many other better games in the series. So yeah, it gets 7.5 out of 10. I like it, but there's just so many better other Mario games out there. Especially since we'll have another amazing game. We got another amazing game that you're gonna see coming up. Yep. Come back next time for Mario's first 3D adventure up to his second 3D adventure on the Wii. Or up to his first 2D game on a home console since Super Mario World. Yeah, come back for either. Next time we're talking about Super Mario 64 up until Galaxy 2 or Super Mario or New Super Mario Bros. Wii. We'll see. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Also, I don't think I did my intro, but it's okay. I mean, I got some mild inconvenience, I guess. But see you guys next time. HNS out.